Hi guys. Hi people. What's my chill to talk about? Chill. Chilling. It's a beautiful Friday. Nataka kula siku usiku.
No God.
Okay.
Sisi ni uliletea. Na mbona mama anasema nija.
Wewe unajua niko live? Unajua niko live?
Siko hai.
Hi people. Wacha tusikie kwa wimbo.
Nipeka hilo simu kitakuwa.
See. Hi guys, karibuni sana. Thank you for joining me. It's so different from Facebook. Si kama the same na kufanya Facebook. Anyway, karibuni sana. Nasikia tempted kufanya hiyo nini ya real talk. Yeah, let's get to know each other. The problem with this, you have to chat for me to see who is here. So please go on the chat section. Let's interact. Let's make this a lively session. And yeah. Hey guys. Karibuni sana, how have you been? Umekuaje? Hey girl. Yeah, so I think we can get to know each other. Thank you. Please say something. I can see 3 people already here, but I can't see who they are. So yeah, tell me something. Let me know who you are. Say hi. It's a Friday, a chill Friday. This is my first live on YouTube. It feels so good. Feels amazing to be here. And yeah, quite honestly, I just want to chill. I normally do my lives on Facebook. I call them the real talks, and we talk about basically anything and everything. And today I decided, because, well, why did I decide not to do it? I'll do it tomorrow on Facebook. I decided to be here today because it's quite chill. It's kind of different. And yeah, just see how it's gonna go. So yeah, say something to me on the chat section so I can know that you're here. It's a really beautiful Friday. Yeah. Somebody on Facebook asked me to talk about what? The topic of today was supposed to be deadbeat dads and how ladies just pop up out of nowhere when a guy gets a job and they start claiming they have their kids and they want support. And I felt like that was a really interesting topic to talk about, but I want to do it tomorrow on Facebook Live. But if you're interested, you could also get into it right now. So let me know. How are you? How have you been? I just need you to say something so that I can actually see who are here. I can see there are people, but I can't see who they are. So yeah, I need you to write something on the chat section so that I can know who you are. Who are you? And what do you want us to talk about? Yeah. Also, share this with your friends and family. Let them join us. Let's have a conversation or just listen to music. I'm not sure which is which. I'm waiting for you guys to tell me what you want. Do you want us to talk about anything in particular? Yeah, guys, guys. Uh, Look, I think you're here. I have a feeling you're here. Please say something on the chat section so that I can know you're here. The reason I said chill is because I just think we just need to chill and just relax. I had nothing planned out for this live, so yeah. Guys, hi Mary. Karibu sana. Thank you for joining us. Sorry, thank you for joining us. So you're saying, tell us more about yourself in your talks. What usually motivates you to have such talks? Okay. Quite honestly, the talks began at the beginning of the pandemic when everyone was told to stay indoors and to social distance. And it was my way of getting out there and to connect with people and to let people know that we're still together, even if we're not seeing each other as often. And I ended up doing my first talk on, was it was the weekend of Mother's Day, and I had these questions coming in, and people really interested in certain topics, and they were asking me to talk about the topics, but I couldn't talk about them on that particular day. So I decided to have forums every weekend where I ask people to ask me questions and give me topics they will want us to talk about, the realities in our societies. And yeah, that is how our real talks were born. Like, we literally just started it for fun and to socialize with people and to connect, you know? Like, right now, people are not seeing each other as often as we used to before. And these real talks helps us connect, helps people to just get their opinions out there without being scared of being, you know, like judged or anything. I just provide the platform for people to talk about real issues, real things that affect people and that people don't often talk about, let's say in their homes or with their friends. The some of these topics, like, let's say there was a time I was talking about cheating and polygamy. I have also uploaded those on here on my channel. So if you haven't watched them, you can just watch them. I talked about cheating, I talked about polygamy, I have talked about financial issues in relationships. I have talked also about mothers' expectations in the, you know, the things that they're taken through by the society. And these are things that affect people personally, things that people don't find, you know, a lot of platforms to talk about. And I feel like the more conversations we have about them, the more aware people are, the more, you know, willing they are to open up about the issues that they're going through in their lives. Like the topic I was to discuss today on deadbeat dads and ladies just showing up after someone has become successful to claim that they have their kid is something that an audience or a friend of mine asked me to talk about because it's something I think personal, or they know someone who's going through it. And through the talks, they actually get advice from people. They actually get to hear other people's opinions. You know, you get different perspectives of the same issue. And at the end of the day, if at the beginning of the conversation you're feeling a certain type of way, at the end you find yourself really seeing things from a different perspective. Okay, so that is the actually the reason why I started talking about them. And they also help me as a person, because sometimes you think we know a lot of things, but then you do more research and you realize it's not always how you see things. It's not always about your opinion of things. They're actually a wide range of things and ways of seeing certain things. So yeah, it's just a platform for me and for my people to talk about what they really feel about certain things. And yeah, basically that's it, Mary. Mina, hi. Thank you for joining us. Saying hi, Alice. Hi back to you. So yeah, basically. And about myself, my name is Alice Rito, if you don't know me. And what else do people say to describe themselves? I'm Alice Rita, and I'm a nutritionist by profession. I love food science, basically. So I did nutrition as a course, but I'm more inclined to food science. And I do content creation as a hobby just to get information out there, because I feel like nowadays people don't read as much as they used to. You know, the quickest way of getting to know something, or maybe I want to know how to bake a cake. The first thing I do, I won't go on Google and Google how to bake a cake. I will go on YouTube and actually search a recipe on how to bake a cake. You get. So nowadays I feel like the paradigm has shifted from the wanting to read and into the video content. So initially I was a blogger. I blog. My blog is Chronicles of the Spotless Leopard on WordPress. And I used to write everything and anything on that platform until I realized, well, it's time to shift into video content creation. And I have been doing it for almost a year now, since September last year. And yeah, so What the hell? I've been mute the whole time. Hmm? Oh, okay. Thank you. So, like I was saying, I am a mom of one and I am married to a loving husband, and basically that's me. So, unless you have a very specific question that you want to know about me, that's all there is to know about me. Okay. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please make sure to subscribe down below. Share this content with someone who will be interested in knowing. And yeah, that's it basically. Yeah. So, Gerrison, how are you? Please talk to me. Tell me something. How have you been? How has your week been? Actually, this is what I do most of the Fridays. I ask people how they have been for the entire week. How do you feel about the cessation? The Kenyans in the building. How do you feel about the cessation of movements that was lifted and now people can actually travel and they can go, and churches being open, schools not being open? What is your opinion? Let's have a conversation about that as well. And Mary says, wow, you married. You look so young and beautiful. Oh, thank you. Have you ever thought of becoming a life coach or something? Mm, Mary, in all honesty, I have never thought of being a life coach. I really do like talking to people. Sorry. Let me mute that. Okay. Yeah, so I have never thought of doing it as a profession or something, but I do know I am a very good analytic. I like analyzing situations. I like looking at things in very different perspectives from what your normal person would think about them. I'm the kind of person, if you come to me with a problem, I don't automatically agree or disagree with you or give you a solution as is. What I try to do is reason with you about that particular thing. You get? So I will go with you over through your problem, analyze it, cut it into tiny bits, and then we can find solution for each tiny bit, and then that's it. So I have never thought of being a life coach, but I would love to help as many people as I can, as many as there is possibly, if whatever platform God can use me through, I'd love to help as many people as I can, because I find talking to people and actually being helpful something fulfilling, something that, like every Friday after the live on Facebook, I know it doesn't look like much. I know it looks like something you just go to do because, well, some people think you do it for fame, others think because you know it all. No, there's something about talking to people on Friday evening and having people talk back to you and share their opinions that is actually fulfilling. So, if it helps somebody, that's a plus. For now, I haven't thought of it that much. Yeah. So, but thank you for thinking that I can be one. Yeah. So, thank you. Mina says, I'm good. Great, Magdalene. She was my classmate. Oh, Magdalene is my sister. I'll say hi to her. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, that's basically it. I'm not sure whether to really talk about the issue or just do it on Facebook tomorrow. I told my Facebook friends that we're going to do the live tomorrow about the deadbeat dads and the chicks who come, who come hujitokelezea, let me use that, hujitokelezea wakati somebody has built their life and now they are up there, and especially if somebody is a politician and they have gotten money all of a sudden, and then that's the time you see everyone wanting to claim they have their kid. And it really disturbs me for a minute because I wonder, why wait for that point? Where were you for that time? And that makes this topic one of the most controversial, one of the most judgmental topics I can talk about. And I'm not sure. That's why I actually postponed the talk, because I'm not sure what angle to take it. Because I don't know whether you've seen that story on Tuko. Tuko, it's trending right now. So on Tuko, there was this story about a woman who rescued three baby girls who were living with their dad in Madare. I don't know whether someone has. If you have seen that story, please talk to me and let us chambua that story, because that is a very pitiful story and it made me rethink. Like before yesterday, I thought I could actually talk about this topic and go against those mamas. And then all of a sudden I see this story and I'm like, oh my god, I don't know. I'm not really sure how to go about. I just like the way you always distance your thoughts from politics. Your content is always accommodating. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I really politics is a I really dread speaking about politics. I don't like getting into it, mostly because I take things so personal. It's like football. I can't talk even about football because I get too personal about it and I get too deep and I get hurt, and so I don't like mixing all that into. I actually There's something I talked about. There was a time I did a live video and I was talking about the three main circles of life. And there was the circle of concern, the circle of influence, and the circle of, whoa, I forgot. The other circle was circle of concern, the circle of influence, and the circle of, there are three circles, and there's a circle that you cannot control at all, which is what includes the politics. So that is something I can't do anything about. If Uhuru says there is lockdown in the country, I can't personally do anything about that. You get? Just the same way I can't do anything about curfew, I can't do anything about coronavirus, I can't do anything. I don't focus on that circle, the circle of things that I can't directly control. Okay. But then there's this circle of influence that include my neighbors, my siblings, my family, my friends. I can actually give my friend a call and ask them, are you sanitizing? Are you keeping safe? Are you, those are people I can indirectly influence what they're doing. And that is what I like to focus. By talking to you guys, as my family, as my friends, I feel like we can be able to control the aspects of our lives that are within our control. And then there's the one that is our circle, or the circle of influence is what you can control. The circle of concern is what surrounds you. Now that includes your neighbors, making sure they're washing their hands, making sure they're not letting their children just loiter around and such. Okay, so I don't get into politics. That's a circle I cannot control, and so I distance myself. But in regards to my friends and family, in regards to my followers, fans, all those people, I feel like I can actually make a difference. And so I concentrate more on that because change begins with me, change begins with you. You see? So if I can reach you and then you can reach someone else tomorrow and that someone else can reach someone else, I feel like we can actually make a difference. As opposed to, as opposed to every morning I wake up and I'm mad at Uhuru, I'm mad at Raila, I'm mad at Ruto, and I don't even have access to them. I can't do anything about the decisions they make. I can't do anything about my governor. I can't do anything about Babu. These are things that are out of our reach. So I try as much as possible to stay away from those unless I have control of them. That's actually what guides me a lot. I don't deliberately avoid them. I just follow that circle. Otherwise, yeah. Let me hear somebody say amen. Okay. So, any more questions? Yeah. Thank you, Mary. Amen. I was kidding, but thank you. So yeah, share with friends and family about this live, and then we can discuss everything and anything that you want us to talk about today. Yeah. So YouTube is a really tricky platform. It's unlike Facebook. Facebook is a platform where you can directly interact with people every day. And so when you're talking to them, you actually know certain people in the audience. But when I come to YouTube, it's so different because I can't actually see who is in the audience. And unless you talk to me, I cannot see you. So please get to the chat section so that I can see who is in the building. And we can continue. Okay, it's a Friday. Wait, church opens on Sunday. Okay, like people resume going to church on Sunday. And I'm not sure how people feel about that. I would like to know what's your view on that as well. Because I felt like ah, it was a really kind of mixed emotion kind of thing. I miss church, yes. We really need to get to our knees and pray about this whole situation. But then again, the coronavirus situation is worsening by the day. Okay. So asking people to meet, yeah. Whether okay, I had somebody say, let me tell you where this came from. The other day people were arguing like politicians are still meeting. They are still going on with their normal things, like in parliament and everything. But then the church was not being allowed to continue. Okay. So they were arguing it's as if the coronavirus has come to be against Christians. And for a minute there, I was like, oh, okay, that's a different perspective to look at it. But then again, in real sense, it's not like coronavirus cannot catch the politicians, and it's not like it can't catch the Christians. At the end of the day, we are all human, and at the end of the day, we are all at risk. So I really want to hear what you think about that situation. Okay, so Mary J is saying, I would love to listen to some content on sexual harassment within a family setup, especially now that our kids will be at home for the next 6 months. Okay, yeah, thank you. Thank you. That is why I was asking about those who watched that Tuko clip. It really creeped me out. So this man had three daughters. The eldest is like 8 years old. The second one is like 5, and the last one was 2. Yeah. So they're living in Madare, and the mother left. She was an alcoholic, and at some point, I think she just left home and never came back home. And what was happening in the family is the 8-year-old had become the mother to the two. Okay. So the father will go out, come back with unga, like flour, and the 8-year-old will make ugali for them. It was just a sad story. It was a really sad story. So she will make ugali for them, and they will eat the ugali with a salty solution, like put salt in water and then dip the ugali and eat. But now the worst part was the fact that this man actually was raping this kid continuously. Yeah. And not just rape, it was rape with sodomy, and it was disturbing because the size of this kid. I wish you can just. I will leave that link down below, the Tuko link. I hope that is permitted. I will leave it down below so that people can actually see what I'm talking about. But this was a situation of an 8-year-old who is malnourished. Like, my God, that kid was small. That kid was even small for her age. She's really small, yet the dad was sleeping with her, and not just sleeping with her, actually even penetrating her from behind. So it was so disturbing to imagine that happening to you at 8 years old. So sexual harassment is happening now, right now, and especially in homes that are not that spacious, because you have 3 kids, you're living in a single room, you're a single parent. I'm not saying single dads are bad, so single dads in the house, don't get me wrong. All I'm saying is this is a family setup where there was no mother figure to just protect these kids, and it took a stranger, a total stranger, like she was just going to distribute food in that slum, when the neighbors approached her and told her about the situation in that house. And when the kid was taken to hospital, that's when they confirmed everything that she was saying. And it's just a long story, but i'm not even I'm not even sure who to blame in that situation. I'm not sure who to blame. I'm not sure who to blame. But yeah, sexual harassment is there, and I don't know. I honestly, what do you think, guys? Yeah, so Mary says we talk about sexual harassment within family setups, and especially because our kids are home mpaka January, like 6 months indoors. This is not a situation where you can just, leave them with a nanny in just, or you can just take them up country. It's just one of those between a rock and a hard place kind of situations, because it's not just happening with immediate family members. It's something you take your kid to your uncle's place and your kid end up lying in hospital. I hope you saw that story the other day. Your kid ends up in hospital beaten and abused, and it's a boy child. When you talk about sexual harassment, that's the worst part about this situation. When you talk about sexual harassment, people only think of it as a father harassing daughter situation. You don't think of it as if the boy child is really also sexually assaulted. But we have seen these cases happening. Actually, it's on the rise. It is. Let me know what you think about it. I Some topics you talk about and you get really emotional about them, and you don't even know what to say or who to blame, because the situation is here. You need to know how to live with it, and sad. It's a sad situation. Yeah. Anyway, that was a moment of silence just to catch my breath into. Yeah. And the situation gets even worse because most of these harassers or as abusers are losing jobs with the coronavirus, and the frustration is on the rise. Depression is there. We are not in our right mental state. Before we even put the name sexual in front of the harassment, can we talk about the way this whole staying indoors with your kids is messing with people's heads? you know Sometimes you feel like, normally on a normal system, when children are in school and they come home for the holidays, let's say April, you know there's a time that they come for long holiday, like seems like they're at home for 5-6 weeks. And at that point, every parent is usually complaining, taking their kids up country. But then now you count, it's six months where the children are required to stay indoors as much as possible. You are also at home because you're working from home, or you lost your job during this coronavirus. And I'm so sorry to anyone who lost their job during this pandemic. So the frustration is there, the anxiety is there, and the only people you can blow up to is the kids, which is so sad because they don't they're not to blame for the situation, okay? They're not even aware of what is going around them. But we also as adults are not to blame. We you you are entitled to feel that way because it's a stressful situation. No one is denying it, okay? But then there are things that people do to their children. Let's talk about this woman. The other day in Naivasha, the woman who murdered her 4 kids, or were they four? Three, four. She was a teacher. For God's sake, she was somebody with a profession, somebody with a career. But then she got to a point in her life because of just this pandemic, and she realized she couldn't handle her kids anymore. And the only thing she could do is poison them and strangle them. Okay? So when you're talking about harassment, it goes as deep as even wanting to kill your children because you think you don't have a choice, you think you can't provide for them anymore. Just stress that pushes you to be inhuman, sort of. And I would want us to talk about generally mental health and where it could get you know, and what you can actually do about it. Because even us who are normal people who don't even harass our kids, there are days that you don't want that kid shouting at you. A kid has called you mom, mom, mom over 12 times within an hour. Like that day you just feel like you just want some peace and quiet, but you can't afford it because the kids are around. And the next thing you know, you snap and you shout at that kid, and then you're like, did they even deserve that? You know? So the stress is real. The stress is real. The reactions are real. The snapping is real. And I don't want to blame anyone here. I don't even want to blame the situation. I just feel like instead of doing all that, we need to look at how can we get past this, how can we actually normalize the situation, because this thing is not going away. This corona is not going away, and we cannot forever be shouting at our kids, we cannot forever be hitting our kids, we cannot forever be sitting back and watching kids being murdered and harassed and sexually abused just because of the name corona, you know so if people lost jobs, if people are under stress and anxious about the whole situation, it's not going away tomorrow. It's not going away the other week. It's something we are hopeful will be over, but it's not something with a guarantee it will end. So what can we do? What can we do about the situation? Yeah. How can we help those kids? How can we help those parents who are getting to that point? So Mina is saying it's only God who will intervene. Akituko in a satanic world ish. It pains for such news. Innocent children are suffering. Yeah, there is on that's true. Kids are suffering every day, and the reason I'm saying I don't want to blame anyone is because I'm a parent. Okay, I have been with my kids since March. March ndo pandemic ilianza. So since March, the kid has been around. He's just a tiny boy. He's only 4, and some days he asks you to go out and play with him, and you don't want to. You know. So I get it can be intense sometimes. So imagine you having 5 other kids and all want your attention, and you're here frustrated because maybe you don't have a stable job, or your job was one of those casuals that required you to, go out every day, or your job was at night in clubs, in a bar, you're a bartender. Imagine, no offense, and I'm not saying sex working is, legal, but there are people who used to provide the kids through sex work, and they can't anymore because the curfew is still, so they don't have anything to eat, but the kids need the attention. They have to figure out of ways to do it. It's just a crazy situation. It's just so bad, and I feel there's really need to address more than just the symptom, because the harassment is just a symptom of the actual things going around. Harassment is just what is manifesting. It's just what we can see, what we can hear. But beneath that, what led them to that point? What caused them to react the way they did to a point of affecting a kid? So that is basically more of what we should be looking at, and what can actually be done. Yeah. So some topics make me shed tears when I look at my kids. I have to protect them. All true. Our kids are so innocent, but also very vulnerable now that everyone is at home. God protect our kids. Amen. Amen. Really. May God protect our kids, because there's nothing much as humans that we can do about some situations. Okay? Because let us talk about an abusive husband, for instance. So right now, and you have a husband who was abusive even before the pandemic began and everything, but you used to have the peace of mind maybe during the day by saying he's at work for 8 to 6 in the evening or 9 in the evening, and you had that extra peace of mind for a few hours, and then all of a sudden he has to be home with you throughout. I was reading another article another day. A lady, I was doing research. There's a time I talked about abuse, as abusive relationships. I don't know whether I uploaded here or it's on Facebook. I'm not sure. So, as I was doing research for that particular talk, I came across an article of a survivor. She was talking about how for years no one even knew that she was being abused. No one even ever saw the husband abuse her, because she kept it to herself for so long that she was able to live with it. She was able to fake it, to a point when she almost got killed in the process. Like, they had a fight to a point she went unconscious for hours, and when she woke up, she actually thought she was dead, and she managed to run away. So she was saying, at this point, during the corona lockdown. She doesn't know or she doesn't understand how people are living in abusive homes, you know, how they're being able to handle the whole being in the same house for 24/7 without anywhere to go. So my suggestion is, if you suspect something is going on, you know, with your kids, if you suspect your neighbor's kids are being molested, somebody who is close to you, take action. Okay, don't just sit there and say it's not your kids who are going through that. Or if it's your kids, don't nyamazia in the name of what will people think about so and so, what will people think about my family. At the end of the day, they're your kids. So if something happens or if somebody is threatening them in a way, there are so many online helplines. I'll leave this in the link below, you know, where you can report these things. And it has been on the rise. The abuse hotline in Kenya, I didn't actually even know, but there are so many hotlines that you can call, report your abusers, report sexual assaults, report suicidal tendencies. There's so many helplines that are available, and I'll leave as many links as I can down below so that anybody who is going through that can click and get help. So one thing is to acknowledge that there is need for help, acknowledge that there is actually a problem, okay, and then seek help. Talk to people, but the problem is talking to people. I'll give you an analogy. When you have a problem like that, Mary, for example, sexual harassment, yeah. So maybe, for example, you find your daughter, God forbid, has been molested by your husband. So you're not sure where your loyalties lie at that point in time. Okay. So you're not sure to protect your husband or to side with your daughter. And especially if you're a woman who feels vulnerable, who feels like because the husband provides and you don't have a means to walk away from that marriage, or, you know, there's so many reasons people protect their abusers, so many reasons, and one of them is that the security that comes with knowing that somebody is providing for those kids even if they are molesting those kids, you know. So it's like this: if that situation happens, do not just talk about it to anyone, okay? And I give this as an example. You have a cut, you cut yourself by accident, for example, and you have a wound, okay? You don't go showing the wound to everyone on the street. Why? Because one, you can go to the street and show it to someone who might be having an infection and actually infect it. Okay. Two, you might show it to someone who thinks they can help and end up making the wound worse. The intention is to help, but then the way they do it, they make it worse. Somebody else out there, you will show them the wound and they will see it, and instead of helping, it will make their wound worse. You understand? What I'm trying to say is, choose the people you share certain informations with, because some people are just out there not knowing what exactly to do with you, not knowing what to help you, how to help you go to the situation. Others will be trying to help, but they will make it worse. Others, you will be reminding them maybe of a past that they went through, maybe you'll be reminding them of what they're actually going through and can't talk about. So the best way to actually handle this, I feel, is talk to the right people. Seek help from the professionals, seek help from the people. And I love that nowadays we have online platforms. Maybe you can reach your doctors. It's called Doctors on Call. What do they call the Kenya ones? The Ken- we have a medic platform online, so you can actually talk to somebody online. You can talk to a psychologist online. You can report them online. The only problem now comes in when you can't run away, because where are you going? You know? But now the lockdown is lifted, and please don't just sit back and watch a child being molested. And by children, I mean anyone under 18. You know, people think child molestation is just a kid who is under 10. If that man is forcing a 14-year-old into doing, certain stuff, that's also sexual molestation. Yeah. 16 years old, 17, these high schoolers, most of the people are blaming the teenage girls who are pregnant. And they're saying, oh, it's happening between teenage and teenagers, because there's this 14-year-old who had triplets and the father is a 13-year-old. Fine, we're not denying the fact that they are actually people, like they're actually teenagers who are chilling among themselves. I don't know why I use the name chilling, but I don't know why I say that. But we also have to acknowledge the fact that they are actually other adults who are taking advantage of the kids, especially now that they're out there. Okay, they're out here looking all grown up. Right now, a 15-year-old looks like a 21-year-old. Trust me, they're all hippie and the way they clad and everything. They know more than we used to know at that age, at 15. And right now, it's so easy for a man to just, mistake a kid for an adult. And it happens. But then, when it happens, the right thing should be done and the situation should be corrected. There is no justification. There is no justification for sexual harassment. And for our boys out there, I'm not even certain how to address that. The boys out there who are just, for a guy, as a lady, Mary said I look young. So right now, if I went out there and decided, this high schooler is gonna be, my go-to person, no one would suspect a thing. But in essence, in legality, in the law, I am an abuser. There are women who take advantage of younger guys out there for money, for whatever reason. And right now, people are desperate. Families are desperate. They will do anything to put food on the table. And I pray to God that they get other ways to provide for them, because I also feel like that's also a leading cause. In the process of all this research and staying, there's this lady on a Kikuyu TV platform. She was giving a story on how she used to do prostitution in 1980 somethings, okay, 1990s. So she was giving her story of how she came to get born again, I think 2 or so years ago. And she was saying how they used to recruit girls. Her herself was saying she went to high school using money from selling herself, using money from prostitution. So, in as much as we might call it sexual harassment right now, there are people who deliberately put their kids out there to go through the same, you know, that cycle of selling themselves to at least get something on the table. And there's no denying that it is happening, and especially in informal settings. Our girls, our small girls, are being sold just to put food on the table. And it's sad, disturbing, but it's happening. It's something real. Okay. So this is some of the reason I call this real talks, because it's happening. It's happening out there. And some of these kids, because they are home and they look big, like I said, they are 12 years old, 13 years old. You find mothers just sending them out there. Bora arudi na kitu ya kukula. And at the end of the day, they don't have anyone else to protect them, because, well, kama huyu ni mzazi anamtuma, who are you? How can you even intervene in such a situation? So yeah, it's really painful, Mary, to talk about that, but there is not much we can do. As the recent said, only God can intervene, and I hope this pandemic ends really soon. Because I was talking to my friend the other day, and we were we were we were discussing about how everyone is keen right now to protect themselves from corona. Everyone is keen right now to just, stay safe, not to be in the statistics. But the statistics that really worry me right now are not even the corona. Corona, you will sanitize, you'll wash your hands, you'll stay home, stay safe, social distance, do all these things and stay away from. corona, but the mental situation, the mental effect corona will have on people is what will affect majority of the people. 2021 might not be locked down like 2020. 2021 might be as normal as every other year, but one thing for sure is that people will never be in the same mental state as they were in 2019. It's a different year, this one, okay? And people will change. Situations mentally will change. Because there's so many other things beyond corona that are happening. So many things. So many things are happening. Hmm? Because right now, somebody has died. Imagine the situation of someone dying and by mistake they're told it's corona and they're buried. Within 2 days, you didn't even have time to say goodbye. You know how painful that is not to have that mourning period? Yeah. So your auntie in another place is sick, or your mother or your dad is sick, and you can't go to see them because there is lockdown, or there is this restriction on the number of people who can. It's just a messed up situation. People are going through a lot. People are going through a lot, and with little or no way of expressing themselves. It's just so hard. So Mary is saying, well, I am so into these talks. How can I promote your YouTube channel? You're always so informative, girl. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just share the content and ask a friend to subscribe as well, family members as well. I will appreciate it. Okay. So I'll send you a direct link for subscription on my channel, and then we can see how to grow from there on. Thank you so much, Mary. I appreciate it. And yeah, so it's a really harsh world we're living in. It's a harsh world. And Mary, please also on the links below, you'll find my Facebook link. So if you're not my Facebook friend, you can also follow me on Facebook so that you can catch up on other talks every Friday. Okay. And I hope this has been good enough. I'll come back on YouTube as well, maybe next week or maybe on Sunday. I just, I'm not sure. Okay. So, yeah. Thank you too for contributing. I feel so good. I feel humbled when you interact with me. Ah, yeah, Mary, you know me. Okay. You just checked my Facebook and you know me. I'll check you out. I'll check you out as well. And I hope I will be able to recognize you. Okay. So, guys, I feel so good right now. And it's just one of those days that I'm just grateful to be here. Yeah. Mary Jo says we have mutual friends. I will. I also feel informed. Thank you so much. Make sure to refer someone as well so that you can keep growing. And yeah, mostly that's it. Also suggest anything else you want us to talk about. It's Friday and I feel motivated to just chill. Chill, chill, chill. Mhm. You know, before I came live today, I was wondering what to talk about. And now that we're here, I feel so amazing. Yeah. So yeah, just suggest anything you want us to talk about as we continue. Yeah. So that's a good break, I think. I think we just continue with our conversation. So I was wondering, okay, we're talking so much about people losing jobs and people, not knowing where to start when all this is over. And I was wondering if anybody can just suggest one or two things how people can actually make money right now. I feel like that is something that a lot of people are asking, a lot of people are wondering, and oh my god, how can people actually move past this? You know? Because it's really hard when you're just talking about stay home, stay safe, social distance, and maybe your work is in the social field and you're wondering how else can I make money? How else can I survive? How will my kids even go to school next year if I don't have money? You know? So it's been a very different kind of situation. So Garrison says, thank you for informing us. You say things that help youth like me to know life and understand it as they say. We took a ground different. Yeah, minor. We took a ground very different. You know, let me tell you a story. Okay, not a story per se. It's just something I had in mind. So when I started my YouTube channel last year, I was thinking to do episodes known as Burst the Bubble. So Burst Your Bubble was a version of the real talk, not real talk per se. Okay, let me rephrase it. So when I started my YouTube channel, I wanted to have a series titled Burst Your Bubble, and this entailed a series where I will talk about something that people actually believe and then put it put the reality of how things were. So let me give an example. Like for example, when I was in campus or before I joined campus, I was this kind of person who thought I'll join campus and then first year I'm going to do this course. So when I was called in for the course, it was at the time when the government just put people there to do whatever course they please and not actually what you really wanted to do. So when I was told to come and do nutrition, I had plans. I was like, I'm going to do an online course in, other medical certificate courses. I'm going to do graphic designs. I'm going to do driving. And by the time I'm done with my fourth year of campus, I'm going to know French. I'm going to learn Chinese and I'm going to learn German. So those were the things that I had written down. Actually, I had a book. I had a book. I had a book before I joined campus of the things I was gonna achieve before I graduated. Yeah. So at that point in time, I felt like those are easy things to achieve. You're just going to class for a few hours and then you have all the time in the world to achieve everything else. But then, trust you me, you go to campus and it's like poof, everything evaporates. You don't even have any motivation to do something outside class. All you want to do is to go to class. Sometimes you skip that class, you come back to the hostels, and all you want to do is either watch a movie or just hang and do nothing else. At the end of the 4 years, trust you me, I hadn't done any of the courses that I had decided to do. Bursting your bubbles is like your expectations, and then I just do the car needle on your balloon, and you wake up to reality. You're finishing your campus and you're like, I'm gonna finish my campus and then 1 year internship and then get a job at KNH and become the head of nutritionist within 5 years and get promoted, work in the Ministry of Health. You have all these things lined out in life, and then you finish campus and the first year is over and you're not even sure what you did with that year. So yeah, Garrison, I am the real bubble buster. I'm the kind of person who gives you as it is on the ground. I don't sugarcoat it, and I feel like that is something that makes me awesome. Right? So yeah, it was supposed to. I think I should do that. If you think I should do that for my YouTube channel, please let me know. It's just I feel like people should be told the truth. I feel like people should actually get to know the truth about everything, you know? And yeah. So busting the bubble is just bringing you back to reality. You know, you're so in love with somebody so much, and then something happens. Like, for example, the Chile gets pregnant. Let me talk to you, Garrison, because you're the one who came up with that point. So you're in love with someone and she gets pregnant and you're there all excited within the first month and you're telling her how you're going to work through this, how kulea tu ni kitu rahisi, we're gonna get through this. And the Chile actually believes you, you know, she's so in love with you and she's like, yeah, we're gonna do this. And then 3 months down the line, she starts asking for money to go for ANC clinics, she starts asking for money to do shopping, she starts asking for cravings, and you don't have that money. The reason you don't have that money and you're not sure how to say you don't have that money, and instead of just being the man and standing up going to work, you just bolt, unajua unaruka unamwacha hapo. That situation, I will burst the bubble for you, that when the Chile gets pregnant, don't first look at the baby bump, don't look at the photo shoot, don't look at how sexy and glowing and amazing she will be. Ever look at the lifetime commitment of bringing up that kid. You know, that kid will need millions to bring out. Are you ready? You know, are you ready for that? Don't just look at the now. Don't just look at the immediate. You know, be the kind of person who look at future. You know, vitu kwa ground will different. You see a photo somewhere, you see a photo of a couple online and they're their couple's goals, and you don't even know what they're sacrificing to present that perfect, perfect, you know, image there. Hmm? Anyway, yeah. So real talks. I think I'll do an episode of these things. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think I'll do an episode of that. But for now, let's talk about now. Let's talk about now. Garrison, how do you think you're going to get past this whole pandemic in terms of, you know, what next in life? Because one thing this thing has taught me is that nothing is certain, nothing is sure. By the beginning of the year, if you told me that 2020 I would be here right now, I would have been like, no way, you know. You have this year planned for yourself. Let me just, I don't know whether you have watched my New Year's resolution. It's also on my channel. I put my life here so that people can actually see. So one of the resolution was that I'm gonna finish school by the end of the year. I'll graduate, and actually we're very excited because you know the project imebaki tu kidogo hivi, and I'll have my master's degree. And then you're like, anyway, life is not what you think it's gonna be. That is the main lesson. That's the main lesson, and a lot of things don't matter. You know, the things that matter ni kidogo sana. Things that matter in life, or life. If there's something 2020 has taught me is that ati you have been in the house the entire time, siwezi kuambia hata au kama audio nilihama, you know, siwezi kuambia kama archives bado iko pale. It's just a whole different lesson and view of life. Yeah, so Miriam anasema, plus tell us more about your journey, education, marriage, and now real talk shows. How I wish I saw you on our screens. What screens? How I wish I saw you on our screens. Well, tell us about your journey. Wow, my journey, my journey, my journey. You know, when people put questions so formally, it makes me freak out. And I'm like, there's nothing much to say about me, but let me do the analytical thing. My journey, my education. There's really nothing much to say about my education other than the fact that I joined campus back in 2012. 2012, yeah, September of 2012. That's when I joined campus. I did my course. I did BSc Food Nutrition and Dietetics, and it was a really fun course. I really didn't feel like that was the course I was supposed to. Before I joined campus, let me tell you, we were the kind, our year, people really passed. People really passed the KCSE of 2010. Is it 2010 or 2009? 2010. They really passed, and everyone had really high hopes and really high expectations. And actually, I thought I would be, joining a medical school or something. But unfortunately, there was this thing going on, like the double intake thing, where the campuses were allowed to take more than one intake per year, and the campuses were crowded. But then the courses were limited, okay, because they couldn't take these big classes of students, and you ended up having people with actually good grades taking just. I'm not saying my course is bad. I'm not saying my course is bad. I like it, but I felt like so initially when I joined campus, I felt like that was not the place I was supposed to be. I felt like I had lost, you know, I felt disappointed. Let me use the name disappointed. I felt disappointed, like that is not where I'm supposed to be. And I actually struggled for the first year trying to change campuses, trying to change courses. It was just a very unstable year for me. But then with time, I was like, you know what? I can actually be done with this thing and just do something totally different. And that's actually what I did. So I finished school. I was doing nutrition, and I was supposed to work as a dietitian in hospitals and all that. But then with time I realized that's not that's not where my heart is. Okay. I could come here and tell people what to eat, what to drink, how to gain weight, how to lose weight, but does it actually work? So once I started questioning those things, I felt like that was not where my heart belonged. And so I decided to pursue something else for my master's in the same line of work, but not hospital setup and not nutritional. So I decided to go into food science and technology. So food science and technology, I had control. I have control because I can actually come up with a food or a product that I can actually tell someone this has several calories of food, and once you eat it you will gain weight. Okay, I can make a product that I can actually tell somebody if you eat this you're gonna lose weight. It is something practical for me. Okay, so I can actually use food for something that I can actually see. So I'm actually so passionate right now about what I do. So currently I'm doing food science and technology for my masters, and basically that's it for my education. Marriage, I have been married for some time now. This is like the fourth year. Fifth, no, third, fourth. Okay, they are in between. 2017, 18, 19, 20. Fourth year tuko hapo sasa. Tuko hapo tunang'ang'ana tu na maisha. And we have one son. And yeah, real talk shows. Real talk shows. I say it again. I like talking about different topics that affect us personally. Not me personally, but people per se, people generally in the society. Things that actually affect people, but they can't talk about them. Mostly controversial topics that really affect people, but rarely talked about for whatever reason, either because of stigma or because of fear or because people just don't want to side or to share their opinions on those topics. So those are the topics I come and take and talk about them. And yeah, yeah, I think I've answered that Mary's question. So thank you. I don't know what screens you're talking about. Oh, you're saying TV screens educating us on real issues affecting us. Okay. Thank you for believing I can be on TV screens. Thank you, thank you. So what I like about my real talks is the fact that I can take a subject and go into depth about research. And that is one of a thing about being a scientist. Scientists don't know everything about everything, okay? Even myself, when I say real talk, when I say I'll talk about issues, I don't necessarily mean I know everything about everything. I don't. Honestly, I don't. But what I do is if an audience or a friend or someone just suggests something to talk about, I take it personally and I do in depth research. I make sure I get as much information about that topic as I can. Okay, and then once that happens, now I can be able to come and talk to people about it. Okay, and yeah, also people's conversation, like the way you're talking about certain things, helps me see things from different perspectives. And so it's more like a conversation, it's more like something I can learn from you and you can learn from me. It's not like I'm an expert therapist, perfect person trying to bombard all this philosophy in your heads. No, it's just talk, sharing. Yeah, so thank you so much for believing I can be on TV screens, but yeah, with time, God's timing. Mary J, you just read my mind. Hi, Philo. Hi, how are you doing? Thank you for joining us. So, unasema would like to know any avenues to create income because with these pay cuts, it's kind of tough maintaining a lifestyle that I was used to. Yeah, true, true. I was just talking about that a few minutes ago, saying that people will actually have trouble, transiting from this corona period to their actual, normal day-to-day lives, especially because of the pay cuts and because of people losing jobs. People actually, Philo, some of you are having pay cuts, others are losing their jobs all through, like all the way. There's no like pay cut or something. It's just total retrenchments and layoffs and such things. And I feel like it's time people started thinking outside the box. For the longest time, my mom instilled in us this thing like the 30-day salary is the best kind of salary. And I agree with her because her reasoning used to be something like whether you go to work or you don't, you're gonna get paid by the end of the month if you're employed. Okay. So she used to tell us because for her, she's a teacher and she could get paid regardless, And she kept instilling in us that. So go to school, study, get a job, get employed, so that at the end of the month you have guarantee. Unajua there is a certain amount of money that will come into my bank account at the end of the month. Whether I call in sick for a few days, whether I take a few days leave, I'll still get paid. As opposed to business where biashara ni nguvu yako, biashara ni jasho yako. If you don't go to work that day, you're gonna count some losses. If you don't go to work for a week because you were sick, you're gonna count in some losses. That is how business works. But then thinking of it during this pandemic, thinking of the whole concept during this coronavirus, those people in businesses, and more so right now when the technology has advanced and people are in, online businesses, entrepreneurship, that's what people call it, entrepreneurship, where people can actually operate without physically being there. I have seen vegetable vendors make a lot of money right now because I think for the longest time you have been ordering in our vegetables, and kitambo mama soko alikuwa tu, yani mama soko, yeye ni mama wa matunda. There was nothing much of it. But during this pandemic, we have come to realize how much the internet can do to transform your thinking, how much the internet can do to employ you as a person. It's all a matter of creativity below. So start thinking of ideas, start thinking of ideas that do not require you to physically be there invested. Okay. We have so many online in terms of goods, whether in terms of services, people are making money every day. Okay, it's all a matter of where are you looking, what are you interested in, what are your sources, because we also have frauds, we also have sources that are not scam. Somebody promises you, oh, come do this for us online, we're going to pay you a certain amount of money, and you actually end up losing so much time doing something and not even getting paid for it because either it was a scam, it was a fake, or they just used your services for free and you can't do anything about it. So it's all a matter of knowing the right avenue, knowing the right people, as in channels to go through to get it, to get the jobs done. And some of these are people are getting paid to advertise services and brands on their platforms. So you have Facebook, you have Instagram, you have Twitter. Use these platforms not just for social. I'm not saying I use them. I haven't gotten to that point yet, but you can use them to advertise your brands and they get paid for it. Okay, so that is one of them. Two, you can partner with other, what do you call them? Like Jumia. What do you call Jumia? Jumia, Gigi.co.k, these online platforms that provide services and deliveries and that to be executive officers. This is where you place orders on behalf of people and get paid for it. I know Jumia works, and how do I will explain how Jumia works in a way, but I know they work. Okay, so you're an executive officer for Jumia. It is just a small process of application where you make orders on behalf of other people, and then from the money they pay, you get a commission. That's also a means of getting money. Also, there is what there's online content creation as well. So you can start your YouTube channel if you're good at something, if you're good at doing something like talking. If you're good at something like talking, singing, something that you're good at, you can start a YouTube channel, show people how to do certain stuff, inform people about certain things. Because right now, most people are at home, most people don't know what to do with their time. And a lot of people are ending up, you know, on YouTube, searching for things to do, keep themselves busy, keep their families busy. So if you have something that you can give them, yeah, you grow your channel, and at some point, below that's gonna pay up. That's also another means of income. Okay. You can also do article writing. You can do online writing. These are things that people have been doing for time and they get paid for it. You just have to be committed enough, and that's it. Have internet connection, know how to do your research, and you're good to go. Also, you can start online stores selling products. If you're good at marketing, you just get products and sell them. And you don't have actually, this is not the time when you used to buy things in bulk and store them in a store somewhere and wait for somebody to come buy them. This is the time when you buy things on pre-order. I don't know whether I'm making sense. Okay, like, let me give an example. Maybe I have a store, or I have an idea to start a store to sell kids clothing. So what I do is I will advertise kids clothing on my platforms, and then if somebody orders a particular thing, they will order and I will give them like 2 days for delivery. And in those 2 days, that's when I actually order that particular item. Okay. So you don't have to have capital to actually start until a point when the client makes an order. And at that point, then you can deliver. Thank you for the thumbs up. I can see Sharon is in the house. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you for joining us. Please share the content, the video with someone else somewhere. I also like your videos as well, so thank you so much. Mary J says, does online writing pay? Can one depend on it? Yes, it pays, and there are people who do it full time, so it all depends on your commitment in the kind of writing that you provide. If you get to a point where you can provide quality work, it is a very reliable career. Yeah, that is from me to you directly. A guarantee. Okay. So Bora, okay, let me tell you something about online writing. Online writing, one, get yourself somebody trustworthy to employ you. But before you do that, be 101% sure of the kind of work that you provide, the quality of work, the kind of person who can research about a topic you've never heard of. You know, you can write an engineering paper and you have never been to an engineering class. That is how good you need to be good. for you to be 100% sure you can be successful about writing. Because a lot of people start writing, a lot of people get into this online writing thing, but then with time they give up because there's too much rules, there's too much regulation. And if you cannot follow them, then at the end of the day, you end up losing. Okay. So you have to be 100% sure of the quality of work you're doing. You have to be 100% sure of the commitment in terms of time, because they work in deadlines. Okay. So you can just, or okay, let me go back, Mary. What kind of online writing are you talking about? Because I'm talking about academic writing, and there's also the blog. Blogging too pays, where you just write articles out of your will, out of, for a hobby or a passion, something. That is blogging. Blogging pays in AdSense. Google AdSense pays you when an ad is ran through your blog posts. But then that also has certain regulations where you have to have certain number of followers, you have to have certain traffic going to your blog post, you have to have certain number of people reading your blog post for them before they send you the ads. Academic writing, yes. Yes, it pays 100%. I know people who live by it 100%. Like they don't have any other job and they do it. Yeah. So people are actually trained to do academic writing. Once you get good at it, then you can get employed. So if you're interested, I can refer you to people who actually train people for a fee, obviously. Not that much, but affordable. Philo says, I'd like to know too, because I'm having too much free time. I'm only working 3 days a week. Okay, so yes, academic writing pays. Yes, it pays. It pays. I don't know how else to put it. I hope I have put it as clearly as possible. Just be good at it. Quality papers, that will make sure you retain clients, and be disciplined in terms of time. And the downside of writing is it requires you to be present 24/7. Okay, it requires you to be available, because sometimes you send in work and that work gets reviewed and the client asks for a revision, and for that to be possible you have to be reachable. Okay, so you have to be committed in terms of time, quality. Time and quality, I think basically that's it. Time and the quality of work you do. So in terms of quality, that is something you can be trained, that is something that takes practice, that is something that takes just learning. It's like any other skill. If you want to be good at knitting, you actually have to learn how to knit and then practice, and then yeah. So writing is the same way. You learn, you practice, the more you do it, the better you get at it, and the more opportunities you have to make money. But yes, it depends. Yeah, so I think I gave enough examples of things that you can actually do, unless you have any other question on the same. Yeah. So basically, those are the things that I know right now. And yeah, I'm trying to think of other ways to make money, but those are the few that I know: online writing, content creation, entrepreneurship, where you sell products, advertising products on your channels, on your not channels, gosh, on your platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, wherever. And the more interaction they have, the more you get paid for it. And don't fall for the GNLD kind of. Don't fall for those. I know that right now it's a desperate time. And as you watch this, please give me a thumbs up. I'll feel good. I'll feel good. Just click there below, there below. Yeah, you give a thumbs up like that. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. So let's not just talk. Please share also with friends and family. Let them come here. Watch. So yeah. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was saying don't fall for the GNLD kind of marketing gigs that people are giving out there. It's a desperate time. People will take advantage of you guys, and it's not as easy as they make it sound. You know how they come and tell you earn 10K per week or 5K per day, and they post photos of them in front of cars, in front of big mansions, and they're telling you they made millions within a month. Is a scam. Is a scam. Nothing good comes easy. Trust me, nothing good comes easy. And whatever you're told, like join us, and then when you refer 30 more people, then that is when you start earning your commission, and then you'll get 500 per the person you bring in, and then you get, it's a pyramid scheme. I don't know whether the generation right now know what pyramid schemes are. But I feel like that is the most common way that people are, you know, conned. Yeah, because they will tell you, let me tell you an example of how they work. They will tell you to pay 5,000 shillings, okay, or they will give you in packages. They will tell you there is a gold membership platform. Then there's, no, which one comes before platinum? Yeah, not sure. Platinum, gold, silver, bronze. Okay. So in platinum, they will tell you it's the most expensive one, but then you get more products, and then you get more chances to make more money and stuff. And then you have the second one, which is gold. It's cheaper than the platinum, but expensive than the silver, blah, blah, blah. And then bronze, they will convince you to buy bronze because it's the cheapest. Okay. So bronze, you'll be told maybe you give 5,000 shillings, and in these 5,000 shillings, you'll be given products, and then those products are a certain amount of money. Okay. So you're given a price range, and you're told to sell these products, and then you get money. When you sell the products, you get a certain commission. Truth be told, some people do make money. Some people do make money off those. But your marketing skills have to be lit. Your marketing skills have to be on point, such that you you can sell those products and actually get back your money, the money you put in, and get profit. But more often than not, you end up staying with those products as your own. So what they do to make you not feel bad about the situation, they tell you to invite two more people, and if those people pay up, then you're given a certain percentage of the money they pay. But trust me, you, having done this once before, there's nothing as hard as convincing somebody to buy something they don't need. I don't know. I don't know. All I'm saying is pyramid schemes are there. They are on the rise, and they will try to convince as many people now as possible to get into that business. It's up to you though. If you're good at marketing, go for it. But if you're not, you'll end up spending money that you'll never get back. That's the truth. It's harsh, but it's true. And I'm here to tell you the truth as it is. So there are many ways of making money, but don't be taken advantage of. Don't be too desperate to make money to a point that you lose money in the process. There is no easy money. There is no way money comes to you just like that. At with a click, at just click on the link below and sijui you're gonna make money. No money comes as easy as that. Hakuna, hakuna. So don't be lied to. Don't be lied to. So yeah. Philo, you're saying I'm good at it. Oh, you're good at it. Can I be your student? Student in terms of what? Academic writing? No. No way. But yeah, I can refer to you someone who will train you at a fee, of course. I don't know how much they charge for that, but you have, I think you learn within 2 weeks or 1 week. I'm not sure. It depends on how fast you are. So they train you on how to actually write it, because sometimes people think writing is all a matter of knowing the content and just putting it on paper and sending it. But then there are all these other things about formatting, how you're supposed to format, MLA format, APA format, the different kinds of formatting, and you have to know which is which, because you cannot be specifically told to write a paper in this format and use another format and get paid for it. you end up getting fined and you end up losing your pay and blah blah blah. So yeah, that's why I'm saying you need to be trained on a professional level, not just ile ati andika paper alafu nitumie alafu nione. No, it has to be something formal. You do a formal kind of learning process, and then you practice with 2 3 unpaid papers, like sort of in probation. Not such a long time. It's not something you'll feel pain. Like sahi you're idle. Sahi hakuna vitu nyingi unafanya. So instead of just wasting that time being idle or watching a movie, why not learn? Hmm. So once you learn, and then you go on probation for like 2 papers, 3 papers. If you do a good quality job, then there's so many employers out here. Yeah, so students, I can't really commit to teaching you, but I know people who can. So if you're interested, just on the comment section, just let me know. I'll let you know. Okay. So yeah. And thanks again for joining. I need that thumbs up. Mary and Philo, I need that thumbs up. I can see you still here. I'm not sure whether you did the thumbs up. Cappuccino like. Yeah. So I'm so grateful that this is my first live and I feel like I have accomplished something, having talked to you guys and everything. So it's a good night for me. It's a lovely night for me. Yeah. So, any more questions? I hope not. Okay, not like I hope not. And yeah, it's just 12. I sleep mostly at 2 a.m. mostly. So it's not like it's gonna be that difficult for me. I just want to get to 1 a.m. maybe. That way I know people can sleep. Watu wanalala mchana sana, so I am assuming that they keep this left today. So yeah. Okay, Philo. I will be waiting for your DM. And thank you so much for joining. Please share with someone else who will be interested to be here. I'll appreciate the watch. Also promote my channel. Have people, you know. If you're also here as a YouTuber, say hi. Say hi in the comment section. Just mm, Philo, ati nimekawia nini? Ati nimekawia kuwekea cooking video. Where? Here or on Facebook? Facebook kama hapa. Facebook, I got lazy, I think. I think I got lazy and I don't know. Actually, today, let me tell you something. Today I was like, I really need to do a cooking video, and I was supposed to do the shepherd's pie. Sorry, hey, that name is just hard to pronounce it. I was supposed to do the pie with you guys live on Facebook today. And then I don't know how time flew and I found myself at 6. That's when I was beginning to make the pie. And I was like, there's no way somebody at 6 p.m. will just come and start watching me. They will be hurrying home to cook dinner for themselves and everything. So I was like, sit up, pick up. But Philo, I will definitely do a cooking video next week. Promise. Not even maybe next week, maybe Sunday. I think I'll do a cooking thing on Sunday. I have really been having good recipes I wanted to share with you guys this week. By the way, like my mahamris are good, really good, really good. Even if we cooked them at 1 a.m. last night. So yeah, it's just thing on time and I think I've just been lazy. Acha tu niseme ukweli, I've just been lazy and not, but I will post a cooking video for you guys. Let me know what you want us to cook. Unaweza taka tupike nini? Juu shepherd's pie imeisha hivyo. I can make a pizza on Sunday. We can make pizza on Sunday. Is that a good deal? I think that's a good deal. Yeah, so Mary, hi Mary. Thank you for joining us. I made macaroni pie today. So that was amazing. It was really bomb. It was just awesome. 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 Thank you for joining us. Leave a thumbs up. I will appreciate it. Hapo chini, just give a like. I will appreciate it. So Kilo anasema both, some of us tunakimbianga hapa tukikosa tunaenda FB. Oh yeah. Again, how I don't record these things. There's something about doing it for fun and doing it for my people. So when I do it for fun, oh yeah. Okay, I don't know what excuse to give. Sina excuse. I will not give an excuse for that. So I will make sure to do a cooking live stream for you guys. Yeah. So I commit myself to that. To say I love the kebabs recipe. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I hope before that you saw the samosa one, and before that you saw the chicken one. So I am assuming you have already watched those. Okay. Juna nitetesha sai. So anyway, I will do a cooking live stream just for you. Just make sure you're there. Okay. And let me know what you want us to cook. I could make what? I could make pizza. I could make I could make chocolate. I could also bake, something. Just I will do something with you guys. So for those joining us right now, thank you for joining us. Make sure to share, subscribe to my channel if you're new here, and also subscribe to my channel and also share the video. It's you just click on that kaaro. Ako kaaro kanakaa hivi. Yeah, that's the share one. Ako kenye kanakaa hivi. So yeah. We were talking about what? Cooking. Yeah. So I will cook I'll cook on Sunday. So the day after tomorrow. The day after tomorrow, I'll let you know the time and the place. I'm not sure whether I can be able to do both Facebook and YouTube live at the same time. I feel like it's a lot of work and a lot of energy to actually do that, but I will do my best. If I do it on Facebook, I'll make sure I post it here on YouTube. If I do it on YouTube, I'll make sure I post it on Facebook as well. I don't like any of my people missing anything. So yes, I will do things that. Diana Nikondani. Oh, thank you, Diana, for coming. Thank you. Thank you. Nimebahatisha too. I didn't know you're still awake. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. Sana, sana, sana. Gerson Maina anasema, thank you for your talk. I appreciate it. You're welcome so much. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate that you stayed with me this long. Santi sana. Have yourself a lovely night. But I don't want you to log off. Honestly, I don't. I still want to have a talk. Anyway. So Phila anasema, oh, I'll be waiting. For what exactly? Pizza or chocolate? Or fish? There's this recipe I've been wanting to share with you guys. On fish. Fish. Or cake. Or mandazis. Tutajua, Philo tutajua. With time, we'll know about it. We'll know what exactly to cook. Okay. So yeah. And let's stay safe. I am really excited about this weekend, mostly because Sunday is church day and I miss church. Even if I won't attend church, but if you're going to go to church on Sunday, just be careful. Okay? Just stay safe. Keep your masks on, keep your distance, clean your hands. If you're traveling up country, stay safe, protect your parents because I feel like we are traveling up country without a care whether we're going to meet grandparents, our vulnerable, sick grandparents, and elderly parents. Just take care of them, okay? So, yeah. Otherwise, I'm just chilling. I don't sleep nowadays because during the day you find you have all this time that you're sleeping, and at night is just a long one. So somebody share us something. What are you doing right now? Other than just watching me. Do you have a drink? What are you drinking? What are you eating? Some people are eating. No, mostly drinking right now. So I wanted to have a glass of wine earlier, but I couldn't. I just don't feel like it. So I decided to just come in and watch you guys. Sometimes I watch back at these videos and I'm like, damn, wow, really? What are you telling me? Philo says any recipe will be okay. Okay, fine. We'll do any recipe. I'll let you know which one exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So what is your biggest worry after Corona? What is your biggest fear? What's the most thing that you're scared of most after Corona? Yeah. My biggest worry is that I won't be able to integrate back into the society. As in not society, I want to be able. You know how you're used to staying home so much, and you're used to doing things your way. You're used to sleeping to the time you want. You're used to waking up the time you want. I feel like it will be a really big challenge to adapt back to the normal wake up a certain time kind of clockwork routine. That will be really, really hard. Philo says church services will resume next week. Not this Sunday. Wait, see his Sunday? I bet it's this Sunday. Wait, it's not the day after tomorrow. I don't know. I didn't listen to that speech. I didn't listen to the speech, quite honestly. So I'm not even sure what they said about the church services. I'm just hoping it doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. The fact that in as much as we're saying 1 meter away, church is not church. I'm not trying to say every other place is safe and the church is not. No, that's not my point. My point is at some point, uh, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard to control some situations, and especially Pentecostal churches, probably the churches where ukiingiwa na roho and you can't control what is happening beyond that. And I'm just hoping like churches can actually be able to handle that situation because mass contracting of corona is there. We can't deny it. We've seen it in the US, we've seen it in every other place that they have tried to open up, and it ends up hitting back. Ni venye tu reports are like low key after that because no one wants to admit that we made a mistake by lifting curfews and stuff. But hiya, it's not next week. Me, I thought it's Sunday. I was really excited, but That's okay too. That's okay. That's okay. What's your biggest fear after Corona, Philo? What's Diana? What's your biggest fear? What do you think would be the hardest part of life after Corona? Mine, I feel like it's getting back to the routine and then accepting the things that you lost along the way, and things will not be the same again. In as much as we will all be, you know, the same people, we won't be the same people inside. People have lost much, much more than they will care to admit. We're not even talking about it, but I know for sure that there are more losses than there are gains at this point. Just hope it's gonna get easier and better with time. So, so welcome back. Just taking a break. Philo says, I've not even thought of post COVID because, girl, the fear now is just not contracting the virus. Yeah, true. Everyone is so focused on staying, you know, clear of the virus and out of the statistics. Yeah. I also honestly, quite honestly, haven't thought of it. Hata nisijifanye hapa ati I'm the pro one who has got post COVID. I honestly haven't thought of the way forward. I just hope things normalize, things go get to normal. soonest possible. Soonest possible. That's my deepest desire. That's my deepest hope. Right. Well, that's a sign as much. Have you heard of that other virus that has just popped up out of nowhere and it's like worse than corona? I feel like that's what is trending now. People are talking about it. I think it was in the Philippines. They're calling it bad pneumonia. I don't know what they're calling it. It's just crazy. And you're like, why is all this happening now? Or was it happening before and just didn't get communicated? Or are people taking advantage of the fear that is already there and just blowing it out of proportion? I'm not sure what to think about the whole situation. I feel like it's getting to a point where people are starting to just scare people. That's the little girl, the innocent girl in me trying to console myself because this is really scared. So scared. Yeah. But I'm really hoping it just ends soon. So thank you for joining again. Please make sure to subscribe, comment if you join us like right now. Just let me know you're in the house. Say hello to fellow people. Say hello to Philo. Say hello to Diana. They're in the building. And let's just have a conversation, a chill conversation. For a few more minutes before we just call it a night. And I'm gonna be thankful. I'm gonna be thankful for this one. Because I really felt bad for not going Facebook Live earlier. I felt like I was feeling my people. But then it's always for a reason. I'm so glad I came here because I got to talk about so many other issues and I feel like I helped us all to. Do I help to raise your hand? Raise your hand. It's a it's a night. I wish there was just a way that I could play music and not get, you know, these copyright things on YouTube. But for now, I'ma just chill here with you guys. And yeah, so make sure to leave a thumbs up. So if you're here, just leave a thumbs up. It will help me grow my channel. It will also make me feel good in my heart. And yeah, it's what we want to do during this COVID-19. Make people smile, make people happy, build the positive energy that people need during this, pandemic, coronavirus. I feel like 2020 is gonna be one of those years that will have an encyclopedia, like a whole book on the things that happened in 2020. And it's never gonna be a good thing. It will be a bad thing, and then you'll be nasty. The kids are gonna take history, man. Talk on a hard time, son. They will really have a hard time trying to get. Oh, at Corona started when? 2019? Okay, 2019, and now we're in 3000 to be hide. But, well, what can we say? What can we do? We can never know for sure why exactly it's going on. We can never tell for sure why, it's going on. So, and like I said before, if you're a YouTuber as well, just comment right there and let people dance, let people say hello, let people know who you are. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, please. Please don't just come in and just leave me as you left me, as you found me. Nijenge, Aki, Nijenge, it's gonna mean a lot to me. Just hit the red subscribe button down below, okay? And also leave a thumbs up. That will give my heart a very good feeling this night. Mtalala mtoko na furaha. Just a small thumbs up. It costs you nothing. It's free. Subscription is free. You don't have to pay anything. You just okay. So yeah, basically, I feel like singing, and I don't know. I don't have a good voice for singing, so I'm scared that if I start singing, it's gonna be an awful kind of song. But Let me just try. Let me see. I don't know whether I get copyrighted for singing. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. What's my favorite song? Uh, what's my favorite song? What's my favorite song? Do I have a favorite song even? That has to do. I don't really think I do have a favorite song, but there's a song I like to sing. Let me see. And I'll sing that this song. Okay, I don't have a good voice, so don't expect me to kind of music over here. But why not? Why not? It's a Friday. Everyone else is having fun wherever the curfew is there. You have a bottle of beer. Let's sing together. Oh my god! It's my first YouTube live, and I feel like I don't know how I'm doing. Ever rate how I'm doing right there. Just write what you think. Write what you think as uh, yeah. So here we go. Karaoke night. Hey, can I tell you something just between me and you? When I Woo! Oh my god, let's just leave it at that. Let's just have a conversation and leave the song out of it. Okay. So yeah. I'm so done trying to sing. And yeah, please just share this with a few other people who are not asleep or who can't sleep like me. And we just chill together. Okay. But I feel like I really need to do that small thing, you know? There's this app that they have so much to say. Among the things that you can do during this lockdown or during these times where you don't have to go out, okay? Among the things you can do is be creative. Okay. And among being creative is finding out your talents, your skills, abilities, sharpening them. Once upon a time, I thought I could be a singer in high school. And I was so proud of myself. And I actually wrote a few songs. And I actually wrote a few songs. Oh my god. And here the things you think you can do. People say dreams are valid. Some of them are not. Trust me, some of them are not. It just, oh, so sad. But I actually thought I could sing. Anyway, that's beside the point. Maybe I will by the end of coronavirus. By the end of coronavirus. Yeah. Yeah. So can share with us what you've been doing. What you've been doing. Whoa. Nasinzia nikikuwaza. Oh, miaka nane nikarudi. Siku zote za kalenda. Oh. Those are some of the old school songs that we going to say. You know, flashback. Flash back to the days. Nasinzia nikikuwaza. Oh. Siku zote za kalenda. That is my heart voice. Nasinzia nikikuwaza. Oh. Nasinzia nikikuwaza. Oh. Miaka rudi ya kalenda. Oh. Alafu kuna ingine ilikuwa inaitwa Liar by Wahoo because she got saved. Yeah. So uh, oh, what song is it called? Oh. I love that song. Alafu, we didn't have this internet thing of lyrics, so you had to wait mpaka Sunday. You had to wait mpaka Sunday ndo upate Young Nation hapo nyuma, uangalie ni wimbo gani ilikuwa ime imepata, you know, shout out your wiki, and then that's how you used to cut out that lyrics of the song and just put it on your bedroom, and then utatishia watu. Whoa, 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 whoa. So, um, someone come take me away. What can I do? Some just between me. When I feel it's not enough. Every single heart is perfectly defined. Oh, and I need you here with me every day. When you lift me up, I know that I'll never fall. I can't speak to you, but say nothing at all. Every single time I find it harder to breathe. 'Cause I need you here with me every day. You're saying the words that I want you to say. There's a pain in my heart and it won't go away. Now I know I'm falling with you. Oh, now I know I'm falling in deep. 'Cause I need you here with me every day. You're saying the words that I want you to say. There's a pain in my heart and it won't go away. Now I know I'm falling in deep. Usiniambie nikalale. Now I know I'm falling in deep. 'Cause I need you here with me every day. Woo! Ati, I think I see your face in every place that I go. Let me show you. Let me just sing. Mm. 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 Yeah. Thank you for staying with me. Means a lot. Means a lot. Please. Yeah, guys. So, where are you watching me from? Just share with me your location. Where are you watching our live stream from? I feel like I can do something a bit fun, a bit more fun, like like reacting to some of my blog posts instead of just sitting here silently. Let me show you something. Okay, so like I said at the beginning of this, I used to be a blogger before I became a blogger. So blogging, the difference between blogging and vlogging is that blogging you're behind the keyboard and you're just typing and people actually read your content and you know react to it and comment and all that. You don't actually have to see them. But then with vlogging, then the V stands for video and you create content visually. People watch your content, not read your content. So at the time that I was a blogger, I wrote this I wrote this interesting blog. So that's what we're gonna be looking at right now. In my blogs, okay, if you have watched my real talks before, maybe on Facebook, you know I'm the kind of person who talks just about anything and everything real. Okay. So on my blogs, I also used to do the same. I used to watch uh I used to write about things that I felt were affecting us and things that not everybody will talk about. And so what I used to do is I would write analogies. Okay. So there was one piece I did about let's talk about abusive relationships. Uh, so there was one I did about abusive relationships, and then there was another one I did about, let me see, uh I have several posts actually. So if you haven't checked out my blog, you can check it out. It's called The Chronicles of the Spotless Leopard. And there I wrote a lot of articles, and I would appreciate it if you just give it a look. And this will show you who I really am as a person. I know that sounds really like really what does it sound like? Let me know in the comment section what that sounds like. Uh oh my god, where can I tell it show screen? Let me show you, let me show you. Yeah, so here we are. Here we are. Let me read you a few of my posts. Not a few. I can do two or one or three, depends on how long we'll be here. I hope you'll be here long enough for us to just go through it, because I feel like it's been a minute since I actually went and did a post. Oh, sorry, I muted the microphone. Oh my god, Philo, thank you. I can really mute microphone and I didn't know about it. Oh my god, I have to repeat everything. Wow, okay, sorry. So what I'm saying is I started doing my blogs back in 2013. Eh, it's a long story actually. So what happened in 20 when I joined campus in 2012, we were supposed to join in September all through December, that was the first semester, and then January to May, that was the second semester, and then between May and September of the next year, we were supposed to go for long holidays. You know that span of 4 months where you go home and just do nothing. So I decided during my first year I was not going to go home. Okay. So instead I decided to do writing for money. But at that point I didn't know about academic writing, right? So what I did is somebody told me there was something about article writing that would give me money. And what article writing entailed was you would get, there was this magazine, unless I look back at my emails from back then, I can't recall. Philo is saying take two. Yeah, take two. So back then there was a magazine. They would give you certain words to use in your article. Maybe they tell you hope, and then that word should appear in your article several times, like 200 times in that article, and then you will get paid if you did it right. Okay, if your article made sense, if your article made sense and you use that word as many times as possible and it was not really redundant, then you got paid. I think they used to pay 180 bob per page. No, that was different. That was different. that they used to pay, I think, 3 bob per word. Yeah, they used to pay 3 bob per word. That was good money. It was like 500 bob per day or 600 bob per day. As a student, that's a lot of money. I didn't have anything I wanted to do with the money. So the second kind of writing now I was doing is blogging. So blogging was my way of just letting my emotions flow and just write it out there and just, let it go. I kind of forgot the password for that website, so it's just dormant somewhere. But I used to write for fun until again I came to learn about now academic writing, and I did academic writing. I still do, and that is way better, way amazing because it pays, and you do your research nice. But then I didn't stop blogging. So blogging is my other real talk. Okay. So if you want to know me on a different version, on my humor side and my expressive side, my creative side goes on my blog post, and that is what I was saying I wanted to read to you guys. And I can't seem to find my blogs. I am trying to get my blog post so that I can read. Yay! Okay. So, I don't know how this is good. Yeah, so you ready? You ready? You ready? You ready? Okay. Fine. So, what you're doing here is I will read you a blog post that I wrote, and then we're going to react together. Okay? Okay. It's like a story time, but this story time is from words I have already used on my blog post. Is that interesting? I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting even for me because I haven't read this post for a while now, and yeah, so let's go and see. Okay, so I won't be looking at you that much now, so I'll be looking at my blog post, but I hope you get entertained. Okay, so first blog is titled "Who Would You Rather," and there's a backstory to this one. Okay, so I think I read it and then I'll give you the backstory afterwards why I actually decided to write it. But I think by the end of the reading, you will have known what I wanted to talk about. Okay, and just a disclaimer, most of my blog posts are really over 18. Not in a bad way, not in a really deep way, but plus 18, and I believe all of us here are over 18. So let's just get into it. So the title is "Who Would You Rather?" Who would you rather? That's also a question I'm asking right now. Who would you rather? Who would you rather? Of all the people, who would you rather? So I begin by apologizing, and it reads, I will apologize again for delayed posting of my content, but then it will make it an annoying habit. So can we just get down to it? Okay? Yeah? Thanks. Thanks a lot, guys. And yeah, have you had something one too many times to a point you want to make it an official part of your introduction? Well, lately, I have had that one thing too many times. It all began a while back in the boardroom. In a boardroom. Oh yeah. I hadn't mentioned that lately official meetings have become my kind of thing. Okay, no. Don't say congrats on your new job. It's not those kind of meetings. It's kind of where you go and talk about fatty acids, of rapeseeds, the effects of tannins on proteins, and such boring scientific shit. Okay. So I was scheduled to meet one of my supervisors on this day, and I decided to become an exemplary student for once, and got there a few minutes before time. So come on, you gotta clap for me, I'm not your usual on time kind of student. So anyway, here I am, my ass full on that swivel. Oh, why the hell did I say my ass full? Anyway, I'm reading the blog as it is, okay? So, anyway, there I am, my ass full on those swivel chairs that seem to be in every bedroom, my brain at full throttle. This bitch snob walks in, and got me thinking of this particular topic. Okay, it was a casual conversation, and as usual, the first thing that I tell my stranger is, after my name, of course, is that I am a mother. Okay, that comes so naturally that every time I say my name is Alice Rito, I have to say I am a mother of one. Okay, so being a mama is just nothing short of awesome. This is this was not different, but unlike every other introduction before it, instead of getting a wow, congratulations, I got a what? Na ulianza hii mambo mapema. Nilianza hii mambo mapema. And then I was like, yeah, sure. I wasn't wrong to judge this bitch for being a snob. Anyway, I mean, woman, how old do you think I am? Anyway, how old do you think I am? And how early is it too early to get a kid? But then again, is it the kid that I had too early, or was it sex she was referring to? It must be the sex. Definitely the sex. Because how do you say, oh, ulianza hii mambo mapema? What exactly did she mean? Did she mean the kid, that got the kid too early? Or did she mean that I started having sex too early? Well, must be the sex. Anyway, I will never know, for I took the high road and chose to ignore the whole situation, focus on the meeting. But then, a week later, and boom, there it was again. A different person, a different setup, and the fuck is wrong with these people? You know, somebody else used the same phrase. Na ulianza hii mambo mapema, you know. So for now, I wanna know, how old were you when you started having sex? Personally, how old were you? Hebu andika hapo kwa chat. Let me pause reading that blog post for a minute. Please let me know. Okay, we are over 18 here. Just put it there. How old were you? If you're still a virgin, how until when do you plan on waiting anyway? Don't tell me. I don't want to know anyway. And don't get me wrong, I ain't here to judge anyone because it's all a matter of choices. My remaining portion of judgment this year is for the kind who keep asking me, na ulianza hii mambo mapema? Let's get deep for a second. No pun intended, okay? No pun intended. How many ex lovers should one have to be considered experienced? How many? Or how many ex lovers should you have to be considered innocent? Would you rather have an experienced partner or an innocent one? That is why my title is Would You Rather? Okay, so my question is, would you rather have an experienced partner or an innocent one? Well, let's be honest, let's be real. We could say both terms are relative. We could say innocent and experienced are a matter of who you ask. It depends on who you ask. Okay? Because when a guy has had many women in his life, he's considered the pro, the pro, the sex guru, more like a god. His peers worship him, most of them envy him, and those who openly call him out secretly wanna be him. Guys, throw us, throw us. Be honest, be honest. You know, when a guy has had more women in life, he's considered the pro, the sex guru, the god of women, His peers worship him, like adore him. Most of them envy him, and even those who openly call him out wish for a minute that they could be him, just experience how he feels. Ladies, what's your first impression of a guy who claims to be a virgin? You just met a guy and he claims to be a virgin. Will you date him? Yeah, right. Me too. Me too. Me too. Anyway, is it true that practice makes perfect? I'm still reading my blog post, okay? And I want your reaction as well as you continue. But before we do that, make sure to hit the subscribe button, okay? Make sure to give a thumbs up. I can see people coming in and people are not giving a thumbs up. Please give me a thumbs up. It makes my heart feel good. It makes my heart feel good. It makes my night, okay? Just give me a thumbs up and share share, share before we continue with this very interesting topic. So, would you rather an experienced partner or an innocent partner? Okay, so that's what we're talking about today. All right, so let's continue. Is it true that practice makes perfect? That the number of lovers you have had is directly proportional to your expertise? Expertise. Anyway, I would say it's a big ass lie. It's like saying the more places you have visited or you have worked, let's say work, the more places you worked gives you more experience, even if it's in 10 places within a year. How true is that? How logic is that? You know, like the more places you work, the more experience you have. That's a lie. Because you can work in 10 places within a year, how much experience will you get? Theoretically, it sounds correct, but consider this. If you're employed in Coca Cola for a month, but right after orientation, you quit and find a job at Pepsi. Shortly after that first shift on the packaging department, you quit, get another job at Brookside. Before you move on to pasta, and then right after that, Del Monte employs you. How much experience have you gained from either of the companies? Would you really be considered an expert in the beverage production? I don't think so. Did someone just say I should ask them whose? Okay, you you wait. Did somebody just say that? Okay, no. Okay, let's continue. Let's continue. Turning it around on the guys. How would you feel if the girl of your dreams, that chick that you have been chasing months on end, spending sleepless nights just to get? How would you feel if you found out they were experienced? Experienced. And by experienced, I mean they have a high body count. Hmm? Okay? Yeah, you hesitated for a minute. You hesitated for a second. I know you did. Anyway, how ironic is that, right? I mean, aren't we all human? Why do we place women on a pedestal? Aren't we the same men cheating on our wives 6 months after the grand wedding at the All Saints Cathedral? Yeah, in front of a multitude. Aren't we the same men who claim our wives are boring in bed? Well, that they don't spice it up. How will they know how to spice it up if they came in? How would they know how to spice it up if you came in with the all know attitude, a know it all attitude, and met her amateur self who had no idea she had a G spot, let alone knowing that she could squat? Who would you blame? Yeah, that's a question for the guys. Let's continue. And how of the scenarios where she was innocent when you met her, and then one night she decided to spice it up and you called her a slut? The night she wanted to shift from the missionary to the cowgirl position and you started questioning how the F she learned that. Who has she been talking to? Worse, who has she been with since you met her? It could just be the internet. Like Google is there. I mean, it only takes a click or two on the wrong side to be directed to Pornhub, right? Anyway, we live in a messed up society. Equality is just but a far-fetched illusion. Some things will forever stand. I ain't crusading for teenage pregnancies. I ain't crusading for reckless sex. Don't get me wrong, but come on, guys. How early is too early to actually have sex? And who will do rather, a Rocky or Johnny Sins? As for now, I'm officially Alice who started too early. So, see you next time. Woo! Okay, let me just clap for myself. I think I need a clap here. That's a blog post I wrote on October of 2019. 2019. And I'm done. Yeah, I'm done with lots of love. Rito Alice. That's the first blog post. So how was it, guys? Rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 to 10. How do you think I did on that one? How do you think I did on that stream? And be honest, if you feel like nay, just say nay. If you feel like yeah, you want another one, here I am. Here I am. The second one title is titled uh the second blog post is titled The Real Man. Oh, okay, that's a big one. It's titled The Real Man. Let me know if you're interested in hearing that. But before we do that, I want to know who would you rather. So come on, guys. Just let me know who would you rather. How early is too early? And whoa, there's another one. The unspoken rules of the game. That's another interesting one. That's actually my favorite of all the blog posts I have written in eternity. That's the most amazing. It's just, it has so many things. The unspoken rules of the game, the rules of moving on, the rules of relationships, the marriage rules, the divorce rules. It's just crazy. Oh my god, the ride. The ride is crazy, and I know guys will go crazy over this. Woo! Guys, the ride. The ride is amazing. I think I read the intro kidogo and then you tell me whether you want to hear the rest. Ati, it's that time of the month for me characterized by hormonal overload. Okay, TMI, sorry. Anyway, no, I think it's normal. Am I right, ladies, or am I right? In all honesty, I'm euphoric in a certain kind of high that it isn't normal, so don't be alarmed. Take a seat about this train and enjoy. This crazy mood got me overthinking about a call. I was scheduled to travel. Ha ha ha. This is so personal. Anyway, that's if you wanna hear, just leave a comment, leave a thumbs up, share this, and let's just go through this blog post. It's one thing I can just leave you a link and tell you to just go read them, you know, and it's another thing for you to just hop on, let's read together and react to these things together. So what do you think about who would you rather? Mtu akikwambia, hey, na ulianza hii mambo mapema, you started these things too early. What do they actually mean? On what scale they judging you? On what, you know? And it's so crazy because you will think somebody is telling you that because you're 18. My God, you're almost 30 and somebody is telling you you got a kid too early. What the fuck? What the hell does that even mean, Anyway, who would you rather? Who would you rather? I'm waiting for your response. Come on, mtaongea. I am just logging off and just going to bed. Okay, that's a lie. I'm not going to bed. I'm just gonna be here having the time of my life reading my blog post. God, this is amazing. I didn't know I'll have fun reading my blog posts out loud. Now reading them makes me at the real man. First of all, a big ass apology. I think all my blog posts are full of apologies because consistency is a problem for me. And one of the reasons even the lives are just not consistent is because consistency is a problem. I post one thing this week and next week I promise I'll post another thing and then I go under the water and I only come back after some really long time. Anyway, so my blog post always begin with a big ass apology. Yeah, I know you're not happy with this to post last week. Neither am I. At least we got this in common, right? Right, right. Anyway, crappiest apology of the year. But you know what? I missed it, gang. I'm back. I'm back for you today. Anyway, I have a lot of fun writing my blog, and that is why I feel like Sharing them with you guys is like making you part of my intimate inner circle. Anyway, let's see. Philo says, I'd rather an innocent person. Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? I'd rather an innocent person. Don't want to be compared with others about how early that's tricky because not everyone has the grace of waiting. Well, true. Actually, there's that problem um about comparison. Comparison is there, and I won't lie to you. I won't lie to you. You know, it's a thing for sure. Honestly, for sure. I'd rather an innocent person, but then think of it, innocent person alafu nani anafunza mwingine and nani anafunza mwingine. It's just a complicated thing. I'd rather an experienced person. I'd rather an experienced person, someone who knows what they're doing. Yeah. Simtakuuliza ni wapi, where are we going? No, somebody who knows how to drive the car comfortably. But comparison is a problem. People will compare you with the exes of their exes, the exes they had before the exes. And God forbid if you don't fit into those shoes, oh my God, it's going to be a rough, rough ride. And I feel like that is what it's most people. I feel that is the leading cause of cheating. You know, people think people, especially women, cheat because ati they wanted to or they just wanted. A sexually satisfied woman does not just cheat. Most likely than not is because she's either comparing you to someone and you're not meeting those standards, or she has a very deep emotional deep deprivation. Can I say that? She's not emotionally satisfied, not even physically, emotionally. Because I feel like before a girl cheats, she first takes the emotional cheating bit first, alafu ndo inakuja inakuwa physical. So, but honestly, Philo, do guys really compare the women? Because I feel like they forget about the experience immediately it's over. So there is no much of comparison there. But for chicks, I know we do compare. We do compare. We don't forget about an experience. But if you connect emotionally to someone, if you connect, if you can genuinely have conversations with people, with someone, it doesn't matter how bad they are, it doesn't matter how awful the game is. You stay because women are emotional creatures. Guys are physical. Guys are physical. Akiona tu kitu mzuri huko nje anaenda tu. You know? But for women, I feel like they are more emotional. So if you work towards cultivating the emotional aspect of your relationship with any woman, regardless of how experienced she is, regardless of how, expert she regardless of how many relationships she has had before, if she connects with you emotionally, it's really hard for them to think about. Connie, have you never heard of prostitutes who actually get born again and just get married and settle and make amazing wives? They are such. They're such. I'm just giving examples. I'm not saying I know anyone, and I'm not justifying people who don't wait. Still, 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 it's a matter of choice. Anyway, do you want to hear the next blog? Do you want to hear the real man? Do you want to hear what this real man should be like? Okay, let me see. I feel like I've been here for too long anyway. We can always do this another day, but we can do one more blog. Let me see how many minutes it's gonna take to read this. But, oh, let me see, let me see, let me see, let me see, let me see. It's gonna take about 3 minutes to read. Not sure I want to do that. Anyway, I think I'll preserve the other vlog for tomorrow, the other blog post for tomorrow. Thank you guys for joining me. It was a wonderful conversation. It was a wonderful night that we had. And now I want to wish you all a good night. Thank you for joining me on my first YouTube live. It feels amazing. It feels great. Feels great, honestly. Why lie? I'm that kind of person who really likes talking, and being able to talk and actually have people listen, doesn't matter how many, makes me feel a certain type of content. So if you're watching this after it has already streamed, thank you for joining. Thank you for coming by. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, share with as many people as you can. Invite other people to subscribe. That will help grow my channel. And yeah, basically that's it. And thank you for listening to me. Regardless. Thank you for being here. It means the world to me. And when I say the world, I mean it. It's not just a phrase. You don't know how scary it is to just think you're gonna show up here and no one is gonna care enough to wanna watch. And then you come here and you surprise yourself and actually get yourself an audience. That is the real deal. So someone would mistake you for a snob, but me? Why? Why am? Oh my god! Why would you say that though? Have I met you personally? Okay, have a good night too. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate that you were here. Okay. Yeah, so thank you for keeping me company. I can imagine me 1:30. So for me I have 30 more minutes to just be up. I won't be streaming for those 30 minutes, but I sleep at 2 a.m. 2 a.m. 2 a.m. 2 a.m. is my sleeping time. So if you wanna keep me company, you can keep me company on any other platform, Facebook, Instagram. Okay, I'm not active on Twitter. Not active on Twitter. So yeah, on YouTube, please leave a like. All I'm saying is just a thumbs up opportunity. Thumbs up. I'm not seeing those thumbs up. I can see people coming in and people going, but I can see a thumbs up, an extra thumbs up. That's all I'm asking. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Share the link with your friends, ask them to subscribe. I really need to get to 1,000 subscribers by end of this month. That's my target. And I'm hoping I'll get there. So if you can help me get word out, just let people subscribe. So my channel. Okay. Yeah. So make sure to check links to my other platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. I don't know what links I have put down here, but whatever links, just stalk me on every platform, get to know me on a personal level, and then so that when you come here, we're no longer strangers, we're just friends and family. Na filo nimetaka sana kujua mbona nakaa snob. Why do I look like a snob? Do I look like the kind of person who eats snob? But that is an assumption that a lot of people have about me. You know, the first time, even physically, one on one, once I meet people, the first impression they have of me is a bitch. A bitch is a word that people use mostly for me. Naka a bitch, naka a snob. Mostly, especially because when I'm offline, I have this serious demeanor. This serious demeanor. I'm not this jumpy. Okay, I'm jumpy when you get to know me, but on the first encounter, I'm the kind of person who scares people. Okay, so have a lovely night. Oh my god, I mute my microphone again. Gosh. Ah, sour. Sorry, it's the first live. It's bound to happen. Yeah. Okay. I don't know why I'm still stuck here. I really don't know. I just like being here. So, yeah. Let me know something on the chat section. Ask me something. Just be as be as honest as you can. We are family. No judging. Just yeah. Sing Radiohead. You know, the reason I can't sing that song on screen is because the owner might. claim content, copyright issues. Yeah, you might say it's their song and I don't have any right to be singing it. So, what are we gonna do? But you can guess what song I'm singing. Okay, so I'll be singing and doing in actions, and then you guess what song we are singing. Okay, okay. I can give you a clue though. It's by Avril Lavigne. Okay, so let's see. Sing Radiohead at the top of our lungs, see the boombox braille as it falling in. Got a bottle for everybody's getting us drunk, singing hymns to never grow up. Hmm, hmm. We live like rock stars, dance on every bar. This is who we are. I don't think we'll ever change. They say just grow up, but they don't know us. We don't give a fuck and we're never gonna change. Hey, when you stay forever, stay. If you stay forever, hey, we can stay forever, yeah. Sing Radiohead at the top of our lungs in a boombox braille as we're falling in love. Got a bottle forever, but it's getting us drunk. So here's to me, the going on. Hey! I hope YouTube does not take this down. Oh, Okay, guys. Bye bye.
Okay, guys.
See you
Bye
in my
bye.
next
Okay, guys.
video.
See you in my next video. See you in my next.
Sorry. Yeah, I really wanted to know whether singing on screen could cause problems with YouTube, and I haven't successfully gotten that. So I'll just leave it at this, and then I'll see you tomorrow or the other day, Sunday or any other day. But in the next video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. It will help me grow, and I'll appreciate it. Okay. Bye. Peace.